lay it down flat like that, just gently peel it back, checking for bones. It's not an 100% guarantee that there won't be any. Getting burnt to a cinder there.
Fish and chips, the national dish of Britain, a delightful delicacy, a treat for the working man after a hard day of labour. Today we'll be watching someone cook fish and chips at home and witnessing what could be the most shockingly bad cooking video on the internet. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Interesting.
Today I'm making fish and chips with a difference. I'm making it with beer, and it's special homemade fish and chips.
Special homemade fish and chips. And the thing that makes it special is a bottle of Budweiser. So if we just take stock of the things that we can see before us, I think we'll be able to get a good feeling for how this fish and chips is going to turn out. Firstly, we have what I presume are 2 potatoes that look a little past their prime. Then we have this lovely looking piece of fish that looks like it was scraped out of the bottom of a dustbin. Then we have this mystery spice, who knows what that could be. Then we have oil for the deep fat frying, the beer, the classiest beer you could choose, a Budweiser, and mystery chemicals for cleaning, I presume. All of this presented to us on what looks like found footage from a horror movie. I'm sure that this special fish and chips is going to be delicious.
This I got from Leeds Market, and proper haddock from Leeds Market, and it's not not a bad specimen actually.
Not a bad specimen. I don't think I've ever heard anyone refer to a piece of fish as a specimen. Referring to your food as if it's a science experiment isn't normally the thing that makes me hungry.
First thing you've got to do is shift that lot out of the way. It's peeled spuds into wedges for chips, and I'm not going to show you me doing that. Well, actually, why not? It's a bit elevated.
Teasing us there, isn't he? First he's not going to show us, then he is going to show us. Keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. What could happen next?
You're supposed to use baking potatoes for this, but I couldn't be bothered getting any.
I do love this guy's attitude. Goes through all of the effort to record himself cooking, but couldn't be bothered just to get the right potatoes. Or also just remove the cleaning chemicals from his table.
Next stage is to cook these in oil, and we'll just see if I can get this focused on oven. I'll just shift that up.
I do enjoy how he's left all of this in the video. We are just getting the raw experience of him cooking fish and chips. Also, the cooker doesn't look the best, if I'm honest. I'm guessing even though he has the cleaning products right next to the cooker, he's never actually cleaned it. Or maybe they're there because he has just cleaned it, which does bring up the question of what did it look like before he cleaned it.
See if we can get focused on oven. Bit of a pain in the ass, this, I know. That should do it.
I do love the camera work on this video. Remember that this is a cooking tutorial showing you how to cook fish and chips.
Now I've got them in oil. Also, this recipe calls for seasoning with black pepper, so just sprinkle a bit of black pepper over. It's fairly potent stuff, so you don't want too much.
So, if I'm getting this correct, he's deep fat frying the wedges in cold oil and sprinkling pepper in the oil. Firstly, I'm pretty sure the oil has to be hot for it to cook anything, and I'm not too sure that seasoning with a pinch of black pepper into the oil is really going to do anything. Now, I'm a layman when it comes to deep fat frying potato wedges, but I'm assuming what's going to happen here is that the potatoes are going to just absorb a load of cold oil.
You sprinkle it into oil.
Also, the metal fork on the non-stick pan is kind of grating me a little bit.
And we'll just wait for that to boil, to fry. Secret of this is, well, there's no great secret, is that you just want these golden brown. You don't want them to fully cook. And what you do for the next stage is you put them in the oven and you cook them for about 40 minutes. So they're just about golden brown, or what passes for golden brown. And we're just doing it at arm's length. Pour it into a colander. Of course it gets everywhere.
So now I think we can see why all that black stuff is around his cooker. He likes to just pour hot oil through a colander into another frying pan with all the hot oil just splashing everywhere. Also, it's hard to tell because the camera quality is pretty poor, but those potatoes have little black specks on them. Is that the pepper, or is that the non-stick coating that was scratched off with the fork? Let's hope it was the pepper.
Put a pan over it, wait for it to cool down. And of course the next stage is to lay them out on a baking tin.
That baking tray doesn't look like it should be used anymore, does it? Been through the wars, that poor thing. The sights it's seen, the scars on its body show a hard life.
And the idea is now they're nice and golden brown and they don't look too bad.
They look exactly the same as when he started, to be honest with you. Except for now they have some speckles of non-stick coating on them.
Turn it upside down and you get a layer of silver skin, which is really annoying. Of course, when my mum used to cook fish, she always used to leave this on, and it's not a good trait of a cook to leave this skin on, so we just peel it off. Of course, it's not going to come without an argument. One thing I forgot to do is I forgot to thaw this out. And about 6 hours before you're cooking, you want to thaw it out. Otherwise, it's frozen stiff, and I have to defrost this in microwave.
Lovely. So we've got a frozen fish that's been defrosted in the microwave, and he's putting up an argument because it doesn't want to get skinned. Soggy oil potatoes that have been deep fat fried and are now in the oven for 40 minutes. And that fingernail. Not sure what's wrong with that fingernail. I don't think I like it though. I think I don't want to eat any food that fingernail has been near. I think I don't want to live in a world where that fingernail exists. I think that fingernail is the worst thing that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Working out how to skin the bloody thing. Of course you can tell I've never done this before. Hang on, I'm a bit of an amateur when it comes to skinning fish.
I'm a bit of an amateur when it comes to skinning fish. That's a sentence I didn't anticipate hearing today. I guess now he knows why his mum used to leave the fish skin on.
So, you have to bear with me on this. I'm just trying to find out what method works best. I'm going to cut this in half. Of course it hasn't been deboned. It's not like showing you inexperience.
I would be feeling a little bit anxious right now about him chopping his fingers off, but as we've seen from him chopping the potatoes and him trying to skin this fish, his knives are very blunt, and I think there'll be more danger of him chopping off his fingers with a spoon than those knives.
Okay, let's have another go at this. peel off a certain amount of skin with knife. This is how I'm doing it. And lay it down flat like that. Just gently peel it back. All the time keeping your fingers under it. I'm not sure this is proper method to skin fish, but never mind. Job's a good one.
Look at the state of that fish. Remember that this is a cooking channel. Remember that this is meant to be teaching you how to make this meal. Not the most appetising thing I've ever seen in my life, if I'm honest with you. And the way that he skinned that fish isn't triggering me to be hungry right now.
Another thing you'll find with fish is you get quite a few bones in it, and they always used to tell you at school, watch out for bones when you're having fish. And you can just rub your fingers on along amongst it, up and down it, checking for bones. It's not an 100% guarantee that there won't be any. But I've found one there, I've found quite a few.
There's something kind of arousing about watching him There's something kind of arousing about watching him trying to debone that fish. Sensual, sexual, those fingernails, that lovely looking fish. What more could a man ask for?
And just rub your fingers all along it, checking for bones. And I don't think there's any more in there. So what I've got to do now is wait for the chips to cook. These have been in the oven for about half an hour and they're absolutely perfect.
Not the word that I would use, to be honest. Some other words that could be used in place of perfect would be horrific, anemic, disgusting, atrocious.
As you can see, they're a nice crispy golden brown and they've got pepper seasoning on them, which is just what's needed.
I feel like a little bit of salt would be alright on them as well, I guess. Call me crazy, but salt normally goes well with potatoes.
Next thing you want to do is concentrate on fish, because putting that to one side, we need to eat some oil for frying.
Bloody hell, all of his pans are in an absolute state, aren't they? If you have a non-stick pan, don't use it when it's in that state, or you're going to end up eating a lot of toxic non-stick coating, which I'm sure can't be that great for you. So next up, we add a little bit of oil to our disgusting looking pan, so that we can fry our fish, even though fish and chips requires deep fat frying the fish. Then we add some beer to our flour and mix it all up until it's the consistency of vomit. While we're mixing our beer and flour vomit mixture, make sure not to use a whisk. A spoon will do just fine, and the spoon will help us achieve dry lumps of flour in our batter.
Next thing you want to do is put your batter, ladle your batter into the frying pan like that.
What on earth is he doing? He's a maverick, this guy. He's thinking outside the box. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. Traditionally, with fish and chips, you dip the fish in the batter, then deep fat fry it. I honestly don't know what he's going for here. It's exciting. Guess we'll see. I haven't watched this video before, so I'm genuinely interested in what the hell he's doing at the moment. I don't see how this could manifest into fish and chips, to be honest. Is he just going to lay the fish on top of that fried batter? Or is it like some kind of deconstructed Michelin star type thing, where you have the batter next to the fish with the lovely little wedges next to it? I just don't see how this is going to come together into a coherent piece of food.
It's important to get right amount of oil and batter mix, so a bit more oil. You are supposed to dip it in, but I'm not sure whether that's going to work or not. It hasn't worked.
Okay, so we all make mistakes. And our buddy Paul here is not a professional chef. So how is he meant to know that when cooking fish and chips you're meant to dip the fish in the batter? I mean, to be honest, we are only cooking fish and chips here. There's two elements, fish and chips. The chips are in fact wedges, so he's already got one of the parts wrong. And the second part, the fish, we're not doing too great, are we? I'm sure he can rectify this situation though, and produce us a beautiful plate of fish and chips. So back we go to mixing up the beer and the flour, making sure to leave those dry clumps of flour in there by mixing it with a spoon again. And I guess we'll see if we get it right this time.
Next thing you want to do is dip your fish in the batter, like to do at chip shop. Only a bit less professionally than they do it.
I mean, it looks like the first time he's ever dipped a fish in batter before. And I'm not sure we've got the batter all over the fish, but at least there is some batter on the fish this time. Now, the next obstacle that I foresee is that he's not actually deep fat frying the fish, but shallow frying it, which I'm assuming is going to leave uncooked batter around the sides of the fish. But we'll see. I'm not too sure. Maybe he knows what he's doing this time.
Got a reposition camera. Oh shit.
I'm genuinely shocked that we haven't had a fire yet, to be honest. We're still not finished though, so maybe there will be one.
And now we fry it in its own batter. Similar to what they do in chip shop, but it's a bit more sophisticated. We use beer.
So as I say, I haven't watched this video before. I just know that all of Paul's cooking videos are going to be golden. Something else that I'm foreseeing in the future is that maybe the batter's going to stick to the pan, but maybe not though. That's the excitement of watching Paul's videos. You're never quite sure what you're going to get. Will the batter stick to the pan? Will the fish fall into pieces because it's stuck to the pan? Or will it all go perfectly? Who knows?
And this time we've got it right. I'll put fish in batter. Now I'm frying it, so we've got the thing right. Getting burnt to a cinder there. That's nicely frying.
I do love how to him everything's going perfectly fine, but how to anyone else with eyes, this looks like fish and chip torment, torture, an abomination to the food of my ancestors. Jesus. Just when you think it can't get any worse, just when you think that poor fish has had enough torment, no, we add some more raw batter to the situation and leave it sitting in cold oil.
Sometimes you've got to ladle a bit more on.
No, you don't, Paul. No, you don't.
Turn it over. Get it back on heat. And just leave that there for a few minutes.
So now after all of that hard work, all of those ups and downs, trials and tribulations, it's time to plate up. Will it all be worth it? Let's find out. I kind of doubt it though.
Right, that's done. Should be cooked, so the next stage is to turn it out onto a plate, but drain water off or excess mix off first. few slices of lemon wouldn't have gone amiss here.
I don't think that lemon's going to sort that out, mate. I think the only thing that could sort that out would be an exorcist, a purging with fire.
I don't have any. So we're nearly there. And next stage is to put it in oven for 5 minutes.
Bloody hell, fucking hell, man. I thought we were done. I thought we were finally finished, but no. Now we need to put it in the oven because the chips are cold. When will this torment end? When will I be set free from this?
It's because by this time your chips have cooled down, so you just want it in oven to warm up. And that's it. Thanks for watching.
And that's the end of the video, there you go. He never even finished his sentence. And we never get to see him eat it, or what it looks like when it's finished. Probably for the best though, to be honest. So, what have we learnt today? If you're making fish and chips, dip your fish in batter first. Also remember to defrost your fish. And please don't follow this recipe in any kind of way. That's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.